Nice. So if anybody's got a flower left, tense it. It's a present. Please take a seat.
He's my translator. So please say so short, please.
He's bossing me around.
Okay.
Well, welcome everybody and thank you. The first thing I'd like to do is why are you here? Just think why you're here, what you're looking for. And with that state of mind, let's invoke as much as we can the most enlightened state of mind for the next 2 hours we can step into and beg for teachings before we start. So who's going to... Yeah, you want to... Yeah. Who wants to do it?
Sashi
Putir Jishin Metokam Viram Shin Negam Pari Sangye Shindu Miteruargi Drokunanda Shimla Chupasho Hiram Guru Ragnamangalakam Vinyatayami
Sangye
Shiram Soki Jognama Janshu Vardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Daki Jinyengi Pesonanki Drola Benchir Sange Jupasho
Sangye
Chiran Zoki Jognama Janshu Vardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Daki Jinyengi Pesonanki Drola Benchir Sange Jupasho
Sangye
Chiran Zoki Jognama Janshu Vardu Dagni Gyapsuchi Daki Jinyengi Pesonanki Drola Benchir Sange Jupasho.
So thank you for coming everybody. I'd like to have the honor, he keeps bossing me around, I know, to introduce Geshe Tashi Dorje, who was for 15 years the Umse, the chanting master for Saramay Monastery. the better of the two monasteries, who's now got, it's his first visit to the United States, so you are the first impression of Western students, hopefully, in his New York mind. I'd also like to introduce Tenzin, who's our translator tonight. And we were talking before about how what an incredible opportunity to be able to connect knowledge that's inside this being for his entire life. He's been feeding his mind stream with wisdoms that have been on the planet in this form for 2,000 years. And he's got it the traditional way, in his mind, in his body. But we have this language barrier. How do you translate a knowing without the capacity for speech? And so I got to realize how amazingly lucky we are to have Tenzin in the room. Yeah, no, seriously, without the capacity to understand it, it doesn't help. So for some reason you're all in the room, and I feel extremely honored and humble to be in a room with you and with Geshe-la to try and step into these ideas and make them practical and real for transcending suffering in our lives and for reaching a state of being that we can help other people in this planet be the ultimate they can become. For some reason, you've landed that task. So congratulations. All right. I get to summarize the last ACI class that we didn't finish, and this ACI class that we didn't start for about 20 minutes. So I promise that I'm going to just give you the answers for your homeworks and quizzes, because if we don't finish this course in time, we don't get onto the next course on time. So Geshe-la's asked me to do the half-hour course. I'll do it as fast as I can, and then I'd like to invite Geshe-la to please share the most poignant, the most meaningful, the most heartfelt teaching you could give us, please. Yeah? So thank you. We're going to skip the meditation. And if you've got past one, take one. So should your homework ask, what are the 5 problems of meditation, what would you start with?
Not wanting to do it.
Not wanting to do it, which is called lelo, which means laziness. Just you don't want to. Yeah? And then you have 4 antidotes to that problem. Do you remember?
Imagine.
What's the first one?
Think of the benefits.
You think of the benefits of meditating. Why? Because then you'll want to do it. Which is the second of the antidotes. You think about what's good about meditation. You try and step into that idea that says, if I meditate, what will change? And so you have to go into your understanding of all the teachings to say, what will come out of this posture? What will come out of this state of mind? And it's your job to think, how can I use that to remove the sufferings and step into a state of bliss? We're all searching for this something, and meditation, the practice of transforming your mind, is the thing that interprets all things, and we don't spend any time there. So you think of the benefits of meditation. That should make you want to do it. So how long should you think about it? Until you want to do it. Then you take some action, which just means
Get on the cushion.
get on the cushion. And if you do that enough times, each time you have laziness, that should be a trigger to say, I should do it. What's the benefit? I should do it. What's the benefit? I should do it. Get on the cushion. Even if it's, I'm sitting on the cushion, I don't want to meditate, but I'm sitting on the cushion. If you did it for 1 minute, and then the next time you're upset, whatever, your neuro-linguistic programming will force you to sit on the cushion, even if you're angry. Then you sit enough on the cushion and then you get, oh, this is not too bad. It's like going to a party. People invite me to go to parties all the time. I don't like going to parties until I'm at the party. And then I'm like, this is a great party. So just go to the party and just see what happens. If you want things to change, you've got to change things. So the third one is take action, and with that, enough habit of that will get what? What will happen to your mind and your posture, let's say? You get habituated. You get this thing called practice ease, where you can't think of a better thing to do than sit down and meditate. So that kills the first one. The second one, should you be asked what's the second problem of meditation in your exam or homework? What's the second one? Forgetting the instruction. What does it mean? Sorry? Losing the object. So it's not that you forgot how to meditate. It's just that you're losing the object of meditation. What would be the antidote for that?
Bring it back. Remember event.
Good. Remembering. Cool. Bring it back. Should the other questions ask you what's the third problem in meditation? This is a dual answer. We didn't get to cover it last week, but it's in front of you. Huh?
Dullness and agitation.
Dullness and agitation. So you're already on the cushion, you're sitting down, you're having an experience, but there's something about your state of mind that is dull. Yeah? Or something about your state of mind that's hyperactive and agitated. It's interesting because what's the antidote for that? Is that an antidote? Think about it. Watchfulness. That's that state, that's your part of your mind that sits there and says, alarm, something's gone wrong, something's gone wrong. So it's not actually going to fix it, but it's going to bring your state of mind to say, how are we going to address it? Which then brings us to the next two problems. The next one is what? Failing to take action. So you watched your mind with some dullness or some agitation and you don't do anything about it. Then you've got that problem in meditation. When you're sitting there and you watch your mind get dull, when you watch the sharpness of the object or the intensity of the object disappear and you don't take action, that's that problem. How do you fix that?
Take action.
Take action! It's really difficult. Good. And then there are practices for uplifting the mind or bringing the mind down. I'm only going to touch on some of them, but it's in your reading, so when you're doing the homework and quiz. But if you've got dullness and your mind is not very sharp, you should do something that makes it sharp. Yeah. So sometimes, at the very extreme, if you can't do it with these first two steps, you should just break your meditation and stretch or change your body a little bit if it's not working. But thinking of a brighter object, so stepping into a deep blue sky, for example, jumping objects might get a bit of alertness in your mind. And go to your readings, you'll get the others, and if not, you might have to break your meditation to change your state of mind and then return again. If you get agitation where your mind is hyperactive and you feel this intensity, what should you do to bring it down?
Close your eyes.
You can close your eyes to go darker, that's fantastic. If that's not working, you need to take action. What should you do?
Think about impermanence.
Think about impermanence. Get down. Think about death. Think that this is, that should bring you down and go, oh, okay, this is serious. Yeah? Okay, cool. And the last one is, imagine that you've practiced these maneuvers to try and get your state of mind to a perfect balance for meditation, and you got really good at watchfulness and alarming and go, oh, I've got to do something here, better take action. And then you're having a nice meditation and that alarm goes off because of habituation. Taking action when you shouldn't be doing is another problem of meditation. So if you've habituated your mind to watch too tightly and it's sitting there going, oh, I'm supposed to ring an alarm and nothing's happening. Hey, nothing's happening, alarm. And then you just start going, oh, maybe I should change something. When you take action when you don't need to because you're in that zone, that's a problem. Yeah. And so how do you fix that?
Don't take action.
Don't take action. Cool. That's all I'm going to cover. Yes. That's the best, fastest class that I've done. And that should cover homeworks for class 5 and 6. And the reason I'm doing this is because we're going to finish this class 1 week early. We're not going to do the review. We're going to do into the exam, because we leave for South America to teach in South America. We won't have time to. I want to finish it before I leave, because I won't be back for 3 weeks, and then we can start ACI 4, which is exciting.
Where are you from?
Buenos Aires. I'm not going to Colombia now. So Geshe Michael's doing the DCI, Diamond Cutter Institute tour, where we spend 4 days in the city doing 3 talks at hotels, business talks, and then we spend a weekend, usually Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, teaching business people how to do Ledi Naguma yoga and how to look at the correlation between the most reoccurring problems of your business life or your home life and applying the karmic path as a solution. We call it other things, but that's what we teach. I feel really privileged I get to do that in Spanish, which is very nice. So I don't know the date that I come back, but it's about May 6th or 7th or something like that. So that week we'll start ACI 4, which will be exciting. Yeah. So thank you for letting me teach Geshe-la so much. Like I said, I feel extremely humble. I don't know what it's like to spend your entire life thinking about these things. And we have it in the room today. So I invite you to invite the best part of you to listen and hear Geshe-la teach.
So, greeting to all of you. Let's touch the leg.
Touch the leg. Good evening, everybody. My English is not good; it's a broken English. But I'm always trying to talk English. But long time I stay in South India, several monastery, and study one is Tibetan language. Then little bit of problem in here. This is my karma. And this is my translator. I'm just finished now. Lama Hector's teaching. I'm so happy here. I'm so lucky. We will meet. Everybody's meet here. I'm so happy today. This is my classes. I stream from results here. Yeah. Internet. I'm going to Michael to say lines and today Michael G. Katuinata, Arabe, Tamanis, Chawari, and Franji Katuinata, you to the conducive of what it is.
So, first of all, you must thank Michael Wick for being always there to help me whenever there's need for any help. So, thank you very much.
The Koran Katuinata, these teachers, Koran Katuinama and Konyus and Koran Gita, Channel Konyus and Koran that Jeva that Tamatamores.
So Geshe-la is saying he's heard about you back in India itself.
Wow.
So this is the first time he met you, so he's honored to meet you. So he's just like, so then thank you. So Geshe-la is saying, like, Michael, that the way you, show yourself, the way you behave, your sort of, being who you are, the way you sort of thing, it's special, something different. Geshe-la is saying it must be something.
Today is that Manjo Nikarans didn't color the Lama I told the Chasangita, Kenya, the Ditola Marathon, we see the direction, the Buddha Medina, Lama I told my dog, Titan, Labucci, the Rafons.
So Geshe-la is saying, like, I'm sure you guys are well versed into the ways of Buddhism through wonderful lamas like Hector here. Although Geshe-la is saying, I'm happy because Michael and Hector called him here, so he's happy to be here.
아니 거기 담배를 걸었으면 티버사비 겸조스니 겸조나라 슈카즈도나 겸조디 다야 캥래 요 말에서 티나셨다 아마 액터티도 많죠 루스라 디가라겠다 겸조나라 티벌로가 티벌을 했습니다.
So let's just give you an example, like say, the great ocean. So no matter how many droplets of water I put, it won't make any difference. So it's like this here. It seems with Lama Hector, I already taught you so much. So he's saying, I'm putting a little bit of droplets of water. It won't make a difference, but I'm just trying to give something.
Today is entering that Takama Shifuzo regulatory that 개체수의 가르쳐서는 가서 내 김들랑이 간대나 네 하고 봐야나 되는 가서 남비출라니 최초나 가르치고 그래 아니 군주라 대박 가르치고 그래 소 디토리 위에서 했어 내 김들도 하고 하고 했어.
So Geshe wants to sort of put emphasis on cause and effect of karma. So basically without which...
And listen?
Can you hear my voice?
Yeah. If you didn't listen, they told me I'm...
It could be tiny louder, tiny bit louder.
Just
My voice?
My
Yeah.
Your voice.
Good on you for speaking.
Today I'm telling you that 레귤들랑이 돼 간대를 디토는 로스 슈비니 안 디젤라 캐나도 도바딜려나 아니 캐나도 제가 까만 추천하는 게 저희 디제션이 되게 거기 숨어지 있어요.
So Geshe wants to introduce you, the ways of karma, cause and effect. So and then if you like any questions later on, 15-20 minutes he'll give for question and answers.
아니 레귤들랑이 되지다니 레귤들랑이 돼 간대서 남고이 투모 많이 됐다와시 베샤스요. That's special for Buddhists.
So Geshe is saying, the cause and effect of karma. He's saying it's a very important sort of aspects of Buddhism. Very important.
지난이 균del랑이디 남비주 켈링게나 말리게나 균del랑이디 고 지찬에 칸안에 세나마지나 되나 균del랑이디 지단이 남비주 켈레나 말인데 차상기다 되유를 했으니 균del랑이디 레균del의 균del이라 좋았어요. 레균델. He says action and result is special for one is Buddhist, yeah. Then the Gundela cause and result, yeah. Cause and result, everybody is understand, yeah. Cause and result, yeah. This is. Here's a Tanang also shade that the Gundiniga Hakuwaina, then Sosogita, Sedila Karichedu, Kyongamala Karichedu, Kyawachima Karichazar, the Tata the Hakosares, Legundinam said the Hakuna.
So basically, he's saying that karma, that as Buddhists we believe, and if you're not Buddhist, you believe in cause and effect as well. What comes on goes wrong, sort of thing. So he's saying there's always correlation to it, whether you're Buddhist or not. The cause and effect are always applicable to anything in life. I think that's the best thing.
That leg you didn't have lay a put na Juya Buya. Let do what you were do doing the leg in the Koran, Chungi lesson. Chungi is another natural.
So Geshe is saying it's nature. Its nature is that if you
do it good action, yeah, if you will get a good result. Yeah. Then if you didn't good action, then you didn't good result. That didn't a good result. You will get didn't good result, yeah. The rest is making those.
Yeah, so Geshe is saying if there's a good cause, whatever you do good, you have good results. If it's bad, you get bad results. It's a good karma, bad karma.
Today is also the legume de la Koran teaching design the show and subject the show and that shading design she when she is yeah. Now we're discussing a result, action and result. Yeah, we discussing was trophic. There are 4 trophic. Yeah, 4 to be in that action and result. 4 trophic.
Yeah. 4 categories or topics.
Yeah. Then one of these general overview. Yeah.
The first
first 당보지. First general overview.
General overview about the karma
Yeah.
course.
Then second is the ibadela tanda major source of the shade.
That is like particular cause and effects.
Particular the individual
Individual sort of cause and
presentation.
effects.
Yeah. Second. Then third is atamaso deeper chewa che dan chuma che jime deeper yangji she do. Ngadi she somebody did this. Deeper jiwo che dan deeper chuma la jime.
So the third would be like discussing about what's
different between action and result. Light and heavy action. The third. Yeah. Light and heavy.
So it's like light and heavy actions and reactions.
Yeah. And Shivaji Kardasana was the Gyawada Migawa Shiki is.
So the fourth would be like your virtuous and non-virtuous actions.
Virtuous and non-virtuous. Now it's fourth.
So that's fourth.
Yeah. Today the Tango was the Lendichi Namsha Sheva Zata, Lendichi Namsha de la the subject sheet and the sheet.
So in the first category, where there's the whole view of the cause, and it also has four subdivisions.
Welcome to Google.
Yeah. Shidi has one of them Lenyeva. Karma is certain first. Yeah. General over there are also is four trophy. Yeah. One of these what says karma is certain. Because my is broken, but it's not loving with I've tried. Lenyeva. Karma is certain. Then second. Lenyeva.
So it's like, when you create a karma, it's like certain that you're going to go through it. So it's certain that you've caused the conditions you have started, So if you're a nice guy, you start being a nice guy. That guy, it's sort of like that. So that's the certainty of the cause that you've started. So the second would be like hell.
Hell is the karma is grows bigger. Yeah.
So like the karma is being like sort of exponentially sort of growing. Like if you say kill an insect, then if you do not repent with the guilt, then you start killing 2 and 3. It goes on. So that's like hell or the karma.
Go to more. The tree is 1 year. Tomorrow is 2. Next time is 4, 28, 16, 20, 32, 64 is going more.
So the exponential sort of goes, so that's negative, it goes like.
So that's somebody like Hasana is third is le macheba miteba.
Okay.
Le macheba. Kesi le macheba ina kola le yaga ina le duga ina ko tribute yo mares.
So it's like the third one is like if you have not created the seed of the cause, there's no effect, but there's good or bad. So that's the third.
Without creating karma, no result. Without creating karma, no result is third. Tibetan language word says le macheba miteba. Without creating karma, no result in future. So it's a third. Tap Shiva de la Kardasana le cheba chuma sawala resin. Le cheba chuma sawala leji chena kuji devuji inji minji tachi yoba resin. Devu chishuma to yoba resin.
So the fourth one would be like the certainty of whatever the causes you have caused, there will be an effect thereafter. Whether it's good or bad, there's definitely something that's going to come. The certainty of the cause and effect. Or the consequences. So that's the fourth then. Fourth subdivision. So he's going to talk about the first one now.
First one. Doing the first is the karma is certain. Now we start the discussion of first. Lenyeva. Lenyeva na pena country sina. Le sambo chudi devu yapu yongadi think about it.
So the first one is like saying if you do something good, it's definitely you're going to get something good in return.
Then le migewa chena jibu dungan yo de tenke ba yes.
And there's other ways, like if you do something mean and not nice, there's definitely you're going to get something mean and not nice back in return as well.
de sangi ka yes ndira.
This is like the words of Buddha. That's Buddha said.
가이스나 지단이 야곱소소 팀나라 마두니 미다 여레스로 마두나라 더 팀마키 이미 요초레스
So he's Geshe saying, although they are in different countries, there are people who do not follow the country's like law, so like lawless beings.
이나양 but 레김데나 마두니 수치요 말했으니 가와 입네 타산키요 말했으니.
So even though there's a criminal around the world who doesn't follow any rules and regulations of their country, but they cannot escape the causes and conditions of life. That's what Geshe is saying. You cannot escape it, whether you are a criminal or not. It just applies to all. The rule, the real rule.
어디래스. 대인사한테 레김데나 마소타 디데인사한테 레김데나 마두니 메바인사 마도 레김데라니라다 샤나시고 지고래스인다.
So because of that, I think we should be more concerned about cause and effect, the karma. It's very important. Take it seriously. Don't take it lightly. So whatever you do good, make sure you do good.
대인사다 소소기다 미시기 속지 쪄버리마이나 속주니까 그 제부디 인지진 용거랬습니다.
So like for example, if you kill someone, then definitely you're going to get the return back. So there's no doubt about it. You're going to get it.
딜라 나다 속니 속절에다 나 제부디 용구면서 라사요 말에 페샤트니 지금 말에 뭐니 지금 말에 깨게네 지금 말에 아니 나 소소 수부터 친구 지금 말에 인지진 용거랬습니다.
So if you kill someone, whether you're the biggest body, the strongest man in the world, you got the richest man, whatever you are, you have to pay it one day. There's no escape.
그러나 다 단단히내다가 지금 정도 그랬으니 다 아리를 이제 헛톱쳐 버리 다 브라고 오면은 이제 우리를 깨달아야 됐으니.
He's saying like it may sound like a joke, but in the world, because America is like such a powerful country, and Barack Hussein Obama is the most powerful man right now.
이랬으니. 아니 다 지난해 가도는 나한테 트레이너라 로드기 사고였나 다 롱게 빵고 들려 두스니라.
So Geshe is saying, although America is like sort of considered the most powerful nation in the world, but when you travel in the subway, you can see lots of people begging, and they're helpless, poor people there. So that's the contrast that Geshe is saying. That's weird.
근데 송산다 브락 오바마의 레 누가 치네 타레다 거기 레 누가 치네 마타레 개요 말해서 찍찍이 알았으니.
So Geshe is trying to point like why Barack Hussein Obama is way up there, pinnacle of American society, or apex, and this guy who's on the street, why is such? It's because of the causes and conditions, good karma and bad karma.
이 카르레스나 레디 옹 체비옹이 되게 잡아라데 레 코란지 딱 같은 거에다 되게 잡아라서 그거 되고 있는 거거든. 밑도 치는 유체중 경우니 로마 말했으니.
So it's because of their past karmas, One is such a thing. It's not because someone is stronger or bigger. It's just because of their past karmas.
대인산다 레김들랑 얘기하면서 인심 미지다 가슴 미셔봐 많이 뭐 쌤띵네 원래 야가처나 무슨 통해도 요 말이나야 사기 유송을 했으니 이제 지고 개침을 지고 했으니.
So it's difficult to actually see these things in practical sense in most cases. But you should just take it sort of advised through the teachings of Buddha, and then just take it and try to believe it slowly.
걔랑도 도바에 레시버요 도바에 용세버요 했으니 그러나 레 누가 치네 지구 누가 연구했으니 라부도 왔으니 이 대체 인담이 도바 싸미세워 말했으니.
So Geshe is saying there could be doubt that when you say you do bad, you get the return also is bad, but there could be cases where you could be sort of doubtful in some cases.
하이사나 페나 뒤긴도라 세딜라다 심지 그냥 세네다 유펜줄 밀레를 차리는 여러 왔으니.
So Geshe is saying, for example, there are people who've been like slaughtering animals, and they're
killing animals. It became the millionaire,
Yeah.
It's doubt, 이날 그 내가 가르치고 그러잖아. 퍼주요 속을 사와체되어 왔으니. 이날 그 유튜브 채널도 왔으니.
So although they are very rich and powerful, their job is like they're killing like animals, like chicken, whatever. So he's saying, So it seems like they're enjoying the fruit of their bad deeds.
그냥 그 밀레를 차기 도왔어요. 아니 뷰 누가 잡았더니 대부 아니 야가 요구 도왔어요. 근데 삼로는 코스 싱그로 왔어요.
So they could be like mistaken sort of doubt in some ways that okay he's killing lots of animals
He
every
doing
day.
the back action yeah. He became the good
Rich.
millionaire yeah. This is doubting. 이나 양은 쓰느라. But 이나야 단답고 세딜라 셈제 세와디로 셈제 세니 유튜브 차야디 단답이 디 셈제 세기 되고 개 말했어.
So although like
단답고 셈제 세니 밀레를 차와디 내가 누가 치니 야가 차기도 되는 삼로만 당했습니다.
so never think like just because someone kill lots of animals and become rich, do not see the connections there.
가이스는 코다도 귀춘부 차야디 깨워나마 있다. 귀춘부 차야기 레디 파데 버인자 그 귀춘부 차와래스.
Because why these Geshe-las don't doubt this, because why he's rich today is not because he killed all these animals today. In his past life he had some good karma that he was supposed to become rich. So that's the reason he became rich.
그래서 딱고 깨워치마 다 녀월라 모두 양사춘이 요 말했어.
So they're not next life in his karma, next karma. The guy who killed all these animals, he's like gone to the lowest of all the hells. So he's going to go to guaranteed.
Thousand is go to the hell. Yeah.
Guaranteed to
This
go
is
down
guaranteed.
to hell.
It is. Penna DH bare DH gre. Anita यहाँ ता खरोटा मसो पेना खारेसना ता आरिना ला मानसे वदिरे जा खाने सुसो फमा गिरो पुगोलो दुम छोगुमी दोआसे छोगुमी दोआसे this.
So Geshe-las is like,
For one example, yeah.
For example, in America, the parents cannot even spank their
child,
kids
yeah.
or touch. They can't even hit their children, right?
대에서 다 파마도도 pugola 전부 시부치기 도아세.
So therefore, they're being so nice to their kid, a bit too much.
전부시 전부시부치기 도아세. 아니 전부시니 셔야 전부차디 파마라 까니트냐 뭐 도아세나 파마 종하나 루니 파마라 인세 투주도 셈교 중에 뭐 도아세.
So even though they've been so nice to their kid, there are lots of cases where the kids are sending parents to jail for a child, whatever, and they're making them really unhappy rather than happy, not helping them.
어떻게 손상야 파마도 섬로 레긴들랑이 여사마레 도파사미시오 말했습니다.
So even the parents of such kids would be also saying, oh, there's no cause and effect, there's no karma. They could have doubt in their mind.
니가 참고지 소소라 까니뜨기 도와서 리로 왔어.
So that they could realize, because of they've been nice to the kid, but they're treating, in return they're getting nothing but trouble. So there could be like doubt because of that. In that
니 가르스나 단다 뿌울라 참부체비 코로나 두부체가 단다기 세들라 들이 중바 말했어.
It's like the suffering that the parents are getting from the child, although they give them full love, is not because of this particular karma, not this life.
가이스나 데타디 액션 리저트 칸데스 레버레스나 깨왕나마 파마디기로 깨왕나마 파마라 딜레랑 체비 소소다 요다다 딜레 체비 제부디 단다비 말했어.
So actually the parents who's doing really good to their kid but he's still getting everything negative, it's not because of this life, but it's past life that the parents have done same to their parents, so they're getting everything in return, compounded I guess.
디데지 삼로 땅바인 바이나 아니 레귤데라 티스타 마소 칼로 이실레 바인 바이나 아니 소소라 까니 가즈제 바이나 까니 데라 마소 딱딱따다 돈레 체도 그랬어. 내가 소 돈레 아니 돈레 체도네 마소 까니 데레다 디까니데 소 레기 데고레셔스니 딱딱 소소 하고 그랬어. 디하고나
If you see the connections like this, then whatever hardship that we go through, I'm sure we all go through, it'll be easier to deal with it, and it's better to sort of clean some of those things up.
그래서 소소 similar 시대디기에서 배나 소소 나사지 중나 가시 미적으로 나대게 되게 도왔습니다. Peace.
So
근데 레귤데 삼도 땅 바이나
if you start thinking like this with the basic karma, if you and there are people who are sick for their entire life, so even they should sort of realize that it'd be easier for them to handle whatever they're going through. So if you understand the cause and effect, the karma, so it's easier for everything. So that's the certainty of the cause and effect of karma.
땅기바들라 가르스는 딱 레녀바 레펠쳐와 레펠쳐와 내가 펠레지네
So,
so the karma grows bigger. Yeah, the second part.
The second part.
Second part.
second
Karma
part.
grows bigger.
Karma expands.
Karma extend, yeah. Karma extend.
Karma expands.
Yeah, it expands. Yeah. 이 가르데스는 레 팔단디 가르데스는 때나 맞았다 망한 좋았다 아니 메트도 망한 좋았다 소소소소만 내가 진이깽이야 됐으니 소소소를 내가 소소 좋아하는 깽이야 됐으니.
So in America, most of the people they work for themselves. Everyone's like doing their daily work.
나 담아서 고백에 뵙고라 와라 제가 무다 쓰고 말에는 무식으로 왔어요.
So we walk all the places, although we don't see, animals being killed, but there are lots of bugs that we don't see that we are, killing.
이 세계를 내가 제가 세바다 소소파 고백에 뵙고라다 하고 원래 세바니는 개발처고 이랬어요.
So there are different between, like you unknowingly killing some bugs and you going and killing something unintentionally.
계세다 소소 낭라페 낭라라 탄데 뒤도와서 슐루마 도와 슐루마 빠르다 리퀘트 파스 페시 부지 도와
The what's that? Lizard dog.
슐루마 낭레 뒤도 쇼코 게고 아레고 파스
Gecko.
아 제코에 지금 나오다 부지
The thing, bug that sort of comes in the building, it looks like gecko, right? Lizard.
A roach?
꼬꼬르지 그래서 낭라 마셔 꼬꼬르지 여봐 이랬어.
So, I'm sure you guys have cockroaches on your house, home.
야. 네, 남자보다 세기 남자 많죠. 배반 나눠도 캐나다 나눠 유구에서 남자 세기 삼도 땅도 도세.
So Gesla is saying in cockroach when it comes, even the Tibetans are like, instantly sort of smack it and get it out of, or kill it. Now I'm sure you guys also have the same instinct, just to get it out of, or just smack it and kill it.
딱 예제 간다 엘모스 나라 배박하지 딜랍스는 본도이 나라 개인이 도바지 들으시 랍스는 도바지 들으시 랍스는 또 도바지 랍다 개인이 도바스 yes have it 도바지 내다.
Spider?
So now, in Amos, where in Queens, where Gesla lives, there are some Tibetans who requested Gesla to give them some advance vows, like Buddhist precept vows,
딜랍스는 되는 요콘돌라다 캐나다 당보다 니나는 개인이 도바 레네다 소소이지 켈린 거야 되려 레스는 딜라바 예스는.
So if you want to take any vows, like there are something you have to sort of
켈린 바스는 프랑이다 켈린 바스는 빼는 예 딜딜라 캐나다 직존라디 랍사라와 다카는 디기레스는 라이즈네.
So I think you have to keep some promises or take some vows, so to do something.
딜라바 예스는. 되는 콘솔랑한디 프랑도이디 고그라제 세이와 냐하고 예스는.
So Gesla knows they kill the cockroaches, the bugs.
되는 요콘돌라 담보 킬었다 개인이 도발리는 산다 속마토나니 다 속죄디 빵고레디 송고레스는 콘돌 라바 예스는.
So Gesla said, if you want to start anything, first you have to stop killing anything, even the bugs. So it's the cockroaches they're killing.
되는 콘솔 카를로스나 모두 속죄바디 빵투사 말이지 라우스는.
And that's what they said, like, we cannot, stop killing the bugs.
가이스는 콘솔 나가 고그러지 먹고요 라우스는.
Because they have too many cockroaches in the building.
세나시다.เป็ด나시래. 딱 캐나도 청아 고그러지 세니까 상이 교바지 청아 마스나 상이 교바지 깨바이나 야보를 했습니다.
So in that, or likewise, he's saying if you kill some cockroaches, and the next one, if you have some sort of repent and guilt, and if you feel that, that's good. So, repent and guilt.
네 샤빠치고 했습니다. 네 지금 교바이케나 야보를 계속 교바마케나 나왔다. 교바마케나 딱 들이 직세바를 상이 나니가 시 들이 차기를 했으니 레펠단 되랬습니다.
So like how the karma expands is because like if you do not feel guilt,
one cockroach, yeah,
and then you kill 1, 2, 4, 8.
Then tomorrow is going to the 2, then 4, then 8, then going to 16, 32, 64, going to more.
Times 2 every day.
Every day.
Unless you have intelligent regret, so you have this regret,
Yeah.
you wish you didn't do it,
Yeah.
then that breaks something.
Yeah.
Yes, intelligent regret.
대인사다 미겨워라 닌데 이바인 겨와 다가래 했으니 겨와
So Miguel was not there.
미겨워라 난 version서 얘 누가라 닌데 이는 it's a bad karma is going to the more yeah same to the opposite is good karma then if you good action then you going to tomorrow is oh this is good then you thinking then go to tomorrow 2 then 4 16 going to same yeah.
So basically saying like same likewise, if you take it instead of negative like positive forces, it will become also like exponentially can also become good.
This is important for you to rejoice, yeah. 계란기 치고 겨와라 내가 야가 소소소 아가 직송선에 삼모탄 거랬으니.
So this is like, so you know, it gives you a sense of sort of achievement and, you know, self like rejoice on what you're doing. That's, you know, good. It's good for that.
So that also doubles the karma.
Yeah, doubles karma.
Every goodness or
Yeah.
every rejoicing.
Yeah.
This
on
on the good things.
exponential.
Yeah. Double 2 times 2. Every day.
Yeah. There is
That's
it.
That's how the karma
grows
expands.
bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
This is 2 parts finished. Then third part is 맞춰봐, 내 맞춰봐, 밑에봐. 내 맞춰나 저거예요 말했어요.
So the third part is like if you have not caused anything, there's no effect. So no.
Then I 소소 special 사이기 튼달라. 내가 지네 깔리 잡아를 못도 내가 마시면 막 special 사이기 샤나라 얘되나 special 사도 말았어요.
Like for example, let's say if you want to earn money, you just think about it and just stay in your room, you know, lazy. You're not gonna make money.
테너시 내 마시나 you did good you didn't do it action will not will come get a result is third part, you know.
So yeah.
Understand? The third part. 내 맞춰봐 미쳐봐.
So if you have not,
Yeah, so if you really want money, or you really want a girlfriend or a boyfriend, if you didn't do the karma, once doesn't make a difference. You have to do the courses. If you want happiness, if you didn't produce the karma, you can't expect to come. Okay, good.
네, 다 수바디다. 다 시바디 가르랬으나 다 레체바 추면 사와라서. 다 아부들 따도 저 수바디 시바디 아부들 차게 됐어. 아이 수바디라 레 마체나 지부 추야요 말했어. 아니 시바디라 레 치디 지부 야가에는 누가에는 여바랬어.
So the fourth part is completely opposite to the third, which means that if you do something good, there's definitely a good reaction or a result. If you do something bad, there's definitely a bad reaction coming from, waiting for you. So it's opposite, but it's definitely.
레체바 추면서 하면 빼나 계란기다 미지를 짐바지 땅과 이메 나라다. 빼나 미지기다 짐바지 미지를 고무직 떼와 이메 나서. 다 예제 단도 수요인데 또 마이걸로 빼선데. 단도 마이걸 이야기도 미지를 고무직도 떼와 레스.
Geshe saying, for example, if someone gives someone money, and Geshe said Michael actually on the way he gives someone $1.
Then he give us $1
to a beggar or whatever.
This is that the karesena from kuno sambutune tewa inta yawala chumushika saires.
So that's a good, very good positive karma that
motivation.
you've earned.
His mind is so good motivation.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, motivation. Then it's so good karma. Yeah. 다 레지 사데 레슨. 다 디나믹이 주고 가르스네 깨워치면 말가 또 롱주에 첨보다 셋 링보다 변주 첨보 차이는 그랬어요.
So because Michael gave the person who needs the money with his good intent and good heart, so in this karma, in next life, Michael will definitely be a very good looking, compassionate, rich, and very sort of fruitful person.
He's already that
good. 가인선은 수이 그나 마이클 기치기 내가 야가디기 디고디 갈라미에요 말했으니.
So whatever the Michael has done good deeds and the karma that he carries, there's nothing we can do about it. We're not going to get it.
그래서 예치기 딕바디기 디고디 마이클 파미에요 말했으니.
So if you had done something like sinful or something negative karma, Michael is not going to get it. There's nothing to do with it.
리타 소소소소기다 딕바 이내에 겨와 이내에 소소히 키에레 뭐도 고시 계속 좀 말했어요.
So likewise, whatever karmas, deeds that you have created, you'll have to carry whether it's good or bad. No one can sort of, if Michael has like something bad, Geshe-la cannot take it. So Geshe-la's mad, someone else cannot take it. So you are yourself responsible for your causes and effects.
근데 성장가서 낭비축이 투무만 인바디 가르쳤으나 내가 가르치고 인바디나 삼로 톤을 줘, 꿀웅기 톤을 줘야 계시면 쉬고 됐어요.
So the most poignant or the important thing in Buddhism is like, if you do with your heart. So and then if you do it, with your full proper intent and heart, it's good. So it's very important to understand cause and effect.
가에서는 디야한테 낭비축이 카드 보시는 저 미라 진바탕 올라때니 깨워치면 수수 변조 첨부 연구를 쓰는 니 가식이 소유자이 되는 말했어요.
So it's not someone just made it interesting to say, oh, you just do good, and next time you're going to be nice and rich. It's not just someone just say it like that, but that's what it is.
네 요에 되면서 미기 토야요 말했어요.
We cannot see it with the eyes right now. These things that.
사디 미 토야 매바인서 마도 가래를 이제 지고 쓰거나 균센다 룽도로 삼도당 거래 룽 산지 좀 되는데 숭샤요 균센다 룹다 또 룽들라 단이 이제 지고 됐어요.
So in that, because we cannot see it, you have to respect and trust Buddha's teachings and the results.
So
if you do not accept law of karma, and this belief that you're trying to create will never find. You will not achieve that belief or system.
pena jibatang wala dina rojo chumati pena nagarjuna gobulu du yesu meresi jibatana tewashi ma longjo ta gyubenju chumbu chabado so set ringo yedi nagarjuna gobulu du yesu meresi.
So Nagarjuna, the famous teacher, even he has stated that if you do good, you'll have good. If you're bad, bad. It's all been said. Even Nagarjuna has stated that.
그래서 나가주나가 다 이제 쳐봐야나 나가주나는 딱 산지 좀 되게 또 오수 다 세기 또 기죽 딱 칼로다 연나면 되겠습니다.
So Geshe is saying Nagarjuna is one of the most
Especially student for Buddha Shakyamuni. Yeah.
Buddha's, the main student, special student.
대인상 맞아.
Even he stated that.
프론트로 이제 진행하고 다 아니 짐바타나 롱주 중요고 닐라 칼로다 누구타나 소소로 둥을 연구해 가지고 뭐 뒤에는 다 이제 치고랬어요.
So because like Nagarjuna stated, precisely, if you do good, you have good things coming back. If you do bad, you have bad things coming back. So you should listen to Nagarjuna. He's such a special teacher.
We have break and we have hell realms downstairs making noise. So thank you so much, Geshe-la, for part A. Yeah, that is beautiful.
When it finishes after tea, then we'll go to a second part is virtues and non-virtues going to
Yeah, thank you. So
I'm not correct. If you are mistake, I'm so sorry.
So please take a 10-minute break. Make sure our guests, we look after them and make them feel welcome and drown them in cookies and food and the rest, and ask as many questions. Like, you're never going to have a chance. He's going back to India and then Nepal. For those of you who are working on the 108 Lives project, we just struck a deal that we might go and visit in October. He's got a village where he's got an old monastery that he's going to be residing in around that time in Nepal, about 3.5 hours, 4 hours from Kathmandu. So when we finish working with 108 Life beggars, we'll take a week and we'll go up. And he thinks he's got room for 20 people. So, but we'll
2020, I will try this. Finding his home.
So please come and make a relationship. Bring him some food, and we'll be back at 1:45 at 8:45. Thank you so much, Geshe-la. Thank you. The downstairs, Geshe-la.